Oi oi, truckers and trailer huggers, I'm Big John and welcome back to the only place where the potholes are deep, but the food reviews go deeper. Now whether it's a breakfast of champions or a curry that could strip paint, we're diving in face first. Now welcome back to Truckstop Tales. Well, we kicked off this little adventure a bit later than planned yesterday, setting off from Felixstowe, almost under the cover of darkness, and towing behind us, the bane of my life. Yes, it's a tail lift trailer. One of those, if there's one thing guaranteed to get a driver's blood pressure up before the first drop, it's a full load on a tail lift. It's like turning up to a marathon in flip-flops. Technically possible, but far from ideal. And this one isn't just any load. We're talking 3 high pallet stacking, full to the brim, packed tighter than the M25 on a bank holiday weekend. My poor truck is groaning under the weight, and so am I, thinking about what's ahead. Now, we've got 12 drops lined up over the next couple of days, so no rest for the wicked. First up, we'll be calling in on Swindon, before snaking our way through beautiful Bath, over the hills of Somerset, cutting down into Chard, swinging by the seaside charm of Torquay, and finally finishing up in Tiverton. It's the kind of route that makes your sat-nav cry and your knees ache. Expect narrow lanes, tight reverse bays, dodgy postcodes, and if we're lucky, a truck stop or two that won't try to rob us blind for a lukewarm shower and a cold pasty. You know how it goes. It's a scenic route, but no doubt, with this tail lift and a fully stacked trailer, it's also going to be a test of patience, mirrors and reversing skills. Now let's hope I don't end up doing a 73-point turn in a village square again. And we'll be seeing just how many steps I can get unloading these pallets. Spoiler alert, it'll be more than my gym membership gets in a month, and I don't have a gym membership. Now, as always, we'll be checking in throughout the journey, giving you updates from the cab, a few laughs, maybe some grumbles, and of course, we'll be hunting for a lovely truck stop to rest our weary wheels at the end of each day. So stay tuned to find out where we end up, and fingers crossed it's not a dusty lay-by or one of those dodgy service stations with a sandwich that expired during the Stone Age. We'll be doing our usual, checking in at the truck stops. We'll be rating the food, testing the showers and sniff testing the toilets. All the glamorous stuff that makes this channel the Michelin guide of the motorway. So buckle up, pour yourself a brew and join me on another chaotic coast-to-coast trucking tale. This one stacked, packed, but definitely not relaxed. Let's hit the road and get this pallet parade moving. Well guys, we've smashed through 5 of our 12 drops so far, but I tell ya, today's got it in for us. First of all, the weather's gone full monsoon mode. I have not seen rain like this since Noah was packing his ark. Although on the plus side, at least the windscreen's finally clean, not a single squash bug in sight. A free wash courtesy of Mother Nature. Then there's the customers. One fella took nearly half an hour just to show up and receive his 5 pallets. I mean, come on. You know I'm coming? I know I'm coming. We all know I'm coming. So why does it feel like I've just turned up uninvited to a surprise party? Delays like this throw everything out of gear, not just for me, but for everyone else waiting down the line. It's like a domino effect, except the dominoes are soggy and running late. Anyway, I'm on a quick break now, already clocked nearly 6 hours today, and the clock ain't exactly playing fair with us. But don't worry, we'll be cracking on soon, and with any luck, the second half of the day won't be quite so wet, slow and soul-sapping. Although, I think that's just wishful thinking. But hey, stick around because we're checking in later and hopefully ending up the day with a proper truck stop, some decent grub and a warm shower that doesn't come from the sky.
I was ruled out with no bailout on my own, all alone, left to bleed out. But I rose up from the ground, just like I was spellbound. All the odds were against me, so I picked up the pace, and now I'm in the race.
Well, last night we found ourselves parked up at the Albion Inn, as I'm now calling it, the Albion Invisible, because everything apart from the parking was shut up tighter than a nut on a windy hilltop. Turns out the owners are on holiday. Good for them, but bad for my belly. Not even a bag of crisps or a cheeky pint to be found. Just me, my truck, and the eerie silence of missed dinner opportunities. But to be fair, we did review the Albion a couple of weeks ago, so maybe the universe was telling us, "Oi, John, move along, nothing new to bite here." Anyway, today's plan is a proper zigzag across the West Country. We're heading down to Chard, not the leafy veg sadly, then to the seaside vibes of Torquay, and hopefully wrapping things up in Tiverton. That trailer's still stacked higher than the trucker's laundry pile after a fortnight on the road, so there's plenty of work to do. But the real golden goal for tonight is parking up at Chippingham Truck Stop. Now, if the stars align, there'll be a space with my name on it, a warm shower, and one of their legendary meals that make you forget your sat-nav's been lying to you all day. You know the kind, gravy so thick you could tile a roof with it, chips that crunch like dreams coming true, and maybe, just maybe, a dessert that doesn't require a second mortgage. And of course, if we do make it, you know the drill, it'll be another Truckstop Tales review coming your way. Let's see if Chippingham lives up to the hype or if it's just another case of a dusty lanes and dodgy diners. So, it's 4 a.m, the kettle's boiled, the taco's ticking, and the rig is ready to roll. So let's hit the road and see what today's throws at us. Rain, roadworks, or roasted dinners. We're in it for the long haul. Well guys, we've just pulled into Max's Caf on the A30 on our way to Taunton as I needed to take a break. And let me tell you, this place really caught me off guard. From the outside, it's nothing to write home about. It's just your typical roadside caf, but step inside and boom, it's an absolute gem. The staff, where they're top notch, friendly, welcoming, and you could tell they actually cared. The cafe itself was clean, cosy, and had a proper old school charm. Now, on to the food, because, well, let's face it, that's what we're all here for. I went for the breakfast baguette, and it was very nice, proper hearty, cooked well, and full of flavour. But, and there's always a but, I'd have to knock off half a mark if I was doing the full Truckstop Tales scorecard, because £8.50 for breakfast baguette, that's just a smidge too steep for my liking. Anyway, belly's full and coffee's topped up. We're back on the road and we're heading to Taunton. So far the day's been running smoother than a freshly tarmac lay-by. Let's hope it stays that way. Well, good morning, guys. Well, what can I say? Yesterday was an absolute jackknife of a day. Between the rain trying to wash me off the road and the office planner clearly using a sat-nav powered by wishful thinking. They thought we could do a 2.5-hour journey each way in 20 minutes. My God, I've seen snails with better time management. Anyway, we ran out of driving hours and ended up parking, yes, you've guessed it, in a lay-by. It was so remote, even the sat-nav whispered, "Oi mate, you're on your own, pal." I woke up covered in dust and surrounded by cows giving me the side eye. Well, the glamorous life on the road, eh? Anyway, today's route has us hauling it down to the Riviera Torquay, then cruising on to Exeter before backtracking up to Tiverton for our final drop. After that, we'll be pointing the grill back towards Felixstowe, but let's be honest. Unless I suddenly grow wings and get a turbo boost from a passing comet, we're not making it tonight. So, tonight's sleepover is booked at the one and only Chippingham Pit Stop. I've only been saying it all week like it's some kind of trucking pilgrimage. Let's just hope the food's hot, the showers work, and the parking doesn't feel like trying to reverse into a sardine tin. Stick around, folks. We've got drops, drives, and possibly a dinner that will either warm the soul or set fire to the stomach. Let's hit the road and see where the tarmac takes us today. Well guys, all the drops are done and we've finally made it. Welcome to Chippingham Pit Stop. And would you believe it? I actually turned up early. That's right, no reversing blind into tight corners between two Arctics with seconds left on the tachograph. Just glided straight in like a pro and nabbed a prime parking spot. Honestly, it was easier than getting a brew out of a vending machine that actually works. Now, I've heard a few whispers about this place. Some say it's a hidden gem, others say it's more like a hidden germ. So we're about to find out which it is. Hopefully the facilities aren't held together with duct tape and despair, and the showers don't require a tetanus jab afterwards. As for the food, fingers crossed we're not staring down a microwave mystery or a burger that's been reheated more times than I've said, "Where's the nearest Greggs?" I've got my eyes on the menu, my stomach's growling louder than a cold-started Scania, and I'm ready to tuck in. So let's head on in and see if Chippingham is dishing out delights or delivering diesel-soaked disappointments. Either way, we're diving in face first, all in the name of Truckstop Tales. Well, after the Dust Bowl disappointment of last night, let's be honest, anything would have felt like an upgrade. But Chippingham Pit Stop? This place isn't just better, it's absolutely gorgeous. And here's a proper Brucey bonus. If you're paying with Snap, you get a £10 food voucher. Now that's the kind of reward system I can get behind. Free food for just turning up? Yes, please. Well, let's get on with the Truckstop Tale review. Food. Tonight I went for the all-day breakfast, and let me tell you, it didn't disappoint. It looked so good I almost didn't want to eat it. Almost. Everything was cooked to perfection. None of that microwaved misery on a plate you get elsewhere. It was proper tasty grub, and for that, it's a solid 9 out of 10. I'd order it again in a heartbeat. Well, cholesterol pending. Now, let's go on to the facilities. Chippingham has everything you could want, short of a spa and someone to do your paperwork. The toilets and showers are spotless. The shop's fully stocked with everything from truck bits to sweet bits. And there's even an outdoor gym area if you fancy a bit of cardio between curry and kip. That's a strong 9 out of 10 from me. Cleanliness. This is always a big one. From the moment I rolled in, this place gleamed. No mystery puddles, no sticky labels, and definitely don't look too closely moments in the loos. The cafe, the shop, the showers, all absolutely spotless. I can't fault it at all. It's a 10 out of 10. Cleaner than my mum's kitchen, and she's got a mop named Barry. The parking. Well, there's plenty of bays, lovely wide spaces, and all of it laid out on solid tarmac. No gravel pit or dust cloud nightmares here. They've even added a whole new parking area, so finding a spot is as easy as putting your kettle on. For ease and comfort, it's a no-brainer. This is a 10 out of 10. God, they're doing well here. Security. Security is tight, and I mean Fort Knox with floodlights tight. Overnight guard, loads of cameras and lighting so bright you could land a plane here. I actually will sleep soundly without worrying if my wheels will still be attached in the morning. This is another easy 10 out of 10. Well, that gives Chippingham Pit Stop a total score of 48 out of 50. That's our highest score so far, and it's going to take some beating. Chippingham Pit Stop, more like Chippingham Pit Palace. Safe to say, this place sets the bar sky high. If only every stop on the road was this good, I might actually enjoy being sent 300 miles out of route. Well, that's me done for the day. I'm off to climb into the bunk, chuck on a bit of telly and snore like a V8 on idle. Thanks for joining me on another stop, and I'll catch you in the next video. Who knows where we'll be heading next, but one thing's for sure. We'll face it head on, one pothole and plate of grub at a time. Good night from me, Big John, and good night from Truckstop Tales.